Hey guys, what is up? It is James Penrose here, back again for the first video of 2018, and I know, it's been one hell of a big ass break. I've been off YouTube for nearly 2 or 3 months, and quite honestly with you guys, when it really comes down to it, it's been a long break, I know. There's been a lot of things going on, mainly when it comes to YouTube. These past couple months, I just really haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't really had the urge and the want to do the videos as much as I did 2 or 3 years ago when I was banging them out constantly. I'll be honest, there was a part where I was like, do I want to do this anymore? But honestly, YouTube, I do love it. Once I get down to it, I really truly do love it. And this year, I'm going to make a real good go of it, just like I'm going to make a go of a load of things, including my boxing channel. This year, there's going to be a shit ton coming up, shit ton of fights to talk about. There's going to be a couple I'm going to be uploading this week and this month, so stay tuned for that. So, this is going to be the first video, and as you can tell from the title down below, it's that time once again where we talk about the road to WrestleMania, and in particularly the Royal Rumble match for the men's, and this year, of course, the women as well. Who do I think should win either of these matches, and who should go on to WrestleMania to go for the Universal title or the women's title or whatever. So, let's just get right down to it. The women's Royal Rumble, and for the first time ever, yes, 30 women are going to be going for the opportunity to win the first ever women's Royal Rumble match to go for the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship. And while I'm happy for this, I mean, honestly, let's get it out of the way right now. This is awesome. Like, I love the fact that they're doing this. It just pisses me off that they've waited till now to do this, as opposed to maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, it's a concept that, honestly, it's common sense when you think about it. I mean, these girls deserve it. These women wrestlers, they deserve it big time. I mean, after all they've given them, like, Iron Woman matches, Hell in a Cell matches, and all that, this is just another one to add to it, and it's going to be awesome. Who do I think should win this? And I'm sorry, but for me, there's only one women's wrestler that I can pick to win this, and that's Asuka. And that's Asuka. I mean, I say it like that, Asuka. I know everyone says Asuka in America, but, you know, that's how I say it. But I think she's the one, to be honest with you. And when you look at Asuka, when she's come up from NXT, and when she was in NXT, she was a dominant force, big time. No one could beat her, undefeated NXT Women's Champion. She's come up, and I don't want to say she's lost any steam, because let's be honest, there's been a lot of people that have come from NXT to the main roster and they've lost steam, and the list goes on. Like, you can name a shit ton, but when it comes down to it, Asuka's one of those people that you can't do that to. Like, she has to win this big time. I mean, you've got everyone else. You've got Nia Jax, you've got Bayley, you've got Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, but Asuka's the one that I think that they're going to go with anyway. I think the plan is to do maybe Asuka versus Paige at WrestleMania, because I heard that was a rumoured match where Paige could potentially win the championship and then could defend it against Asuka at WrestleMania, which Asuka versus Paige for the women's title, let's go. We'll be off to the races with that. I would love that feud. So for me, that's just my only pick. I actually think it's quite predictable that she's going to win. We could see some surprise entrances, potentially, seeing as how not everyone is going to be from NXT or the main roster. We could get some surprise entrances, seeing as how there's going to be 30 women, just like there's 30 men in the Royal Rumble. So, I don't know, maybe we could see some returning women's wrestlers of Lita, maybe Trish Stratus. I would love to see that. Will it happen? Don't know, but I would love to see them two return in particular. So, that's what I'm going to go with to win the women's Royal Rumble. Now on to the men's Royal Rumble match. Now, I know it's predictable who is going to win and who I think is going to win, but let's not talk about that before I get in another freaking ultimate rant, because I don't want to lose my shit over that. Okay, so, yeah, positive. Who do I think should win the Royal Rumble match? Let's go. And off the top of my head, Bobby Roode is a great shout. First pick for me, Bobby Roode. Great shout. Again, he started out on NXT, he was awesome as a heel, and they brought him up to the main roster, and a lot of people were actually kind of mad that they did change him from a heel to a babyface. Me personally, I'm actually alright with it, because you have a guy in Bobby Roode who is that charismatic on the mic, who has this great gimmick, also glorious gimmick, you know, pun intended, obviously, but he's one of those guys for me, heel or babyface. He's got that much charisma, and he's got that much talent in the ring that he can work either way. He can work with a crowd when he has to and can turn it on when he needs to. So I'm not that mad that he's turned babyface. I'm kind of all for it, actually. I mean, I know Bobby Roode can do great things with it. And if he was to win the Royal Rumble match, that just elevates it to a whole nother level. Bobby Roode versus Brock Lesnar, that would be glorious indeed. But do I think they're going to do it? No. Obviously, I don't think they're going to do it. Who else could win the Royal Rumble match, or who do I think should need to win the Royal Rumble match? Another one, Bray Wyatt. Another guy who, honestly, and I've been saying this over and over again when it comes to Bray Wyatt, his career has been an up and down roller coaster ride. His biggest was when he actually finally did win the WWE Championship last year at Elimination Chamber, only to hold it for a month to drop it to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I still don't understand why they did that. I will never understand. That was retarded. So, I mean, they're trying to build him up still with his feud with Broken or Woken Matt Hardy, which thank God they finally got that gimmick into WWE. And they're doing good things with that, but when it all comes down to it, if this is the year that we're going to finally establish Bray Wyatt as a new big star on the main roster, now's the time that you finally pull the trigger and you give him the Royal Rumble win, and you have him face Brock Lesnar. I mean, there was a rumoured match for WrestleMania 32 a couple of years back with Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar. Everyone was kind of mad about that, but I was all up for it. I mean, it's a different match. We've never seen it before. Why not? So, this match for the Universal title, again, I would love it. I mean, we all know Brock Lesnar's going into WrestleMania as the champion. He's going to beat Braun Strowman and Kane in that shitty, pathetic triple threat match. You couldn't have done Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor. Oh, no, you have to put Kane in there. In 2018, he's still getting shots for world titles and Universal titles. Stupid. Like, just stupid. So we all know Brock Lesnar's going to win that. So, it's just a case of who is going to face Brock Lesnar in the main event. Well, I say main event, but, you know, over the years they've shown it. That these title matches, they don't happen in the main event most of the time, even though they should. So Bray Wyatt's another pick, and honestly, this is the guy that everyone really wants to win the most from what I've seen, and that guy is none other than Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, could you imagine Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Royal Rumble to going up against Brock Lesnar in the main event at WrestleMania 34? That would be the biggest box office. They keep going on about box office attraction belts for Brock Lesnar. For me, against a guy that Lesnar's never faced before, this is the biggest one. Nakamura and Lesnar for the Universal title. I'm all in. I am all in. And honestly, when Nakamura first came up to the main roster, again, he had so much steam, so much buzz going into it. And ever since his feud with Jinder Mahal when he was the WWE champion, I feel like it's just gone. Again, talk about losing steam from going to the NXT to the main roster. I feel like he's another one of them guys that's lost it. Not all of his steam, but some of it went soon as he feuded with Jinder Mahal. I mean, he's had great matches with Randy Orton and John Cena, but when it comes down to it, it's not been the greatest feud with Jinder Mahal. And the fact that Jinder Mahal even was WWE champion is just what the hell. So, if there's ever a way for him to recover big time, it would have him to win the Royal Rumble. And him against Brock Lesnar would be an amazing match. I mean, you saw Lesnar's match with AJ Styles. I mean, that could have main evented WrestleMania as well, because we saw their match at Survivor Series. That was an absolutely amazing match, even though Lesnar went over, which it is what it is. I mean, it was non-title, it didn't mean anything, but that was an awesome match. So, Shinsuke Nakamura, I think, can do just as good, if not better, of a match. To headline WrestleMania, to have him win... but saying that Shinsuke Nakamura is from SmackDown, Lesnar's from Raw, but he can still go after the WWE Championship. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Again, let's go. Another WrestleMania dream match right there. It doesn't have to be just all Raw guys and the Universal title. Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles for the WWE title. Again, that's a dream match in itself for WrestleMania. So that would also be pretty cool. And again, Bobby Roode, AJ Styles. I mean, I don't know why I just keep mentioning Brock Lesnar, but Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, again, I would love that. So, those are the guys that I think could win this match. I mean, you've got other guys. You've got Seth Rollins. I would love it if he were to maybe win this match. Who else? Dolph Ziggler's been thrown into the mix. Obviously, I think he's done with WWE. I don't know what's going on with him. Obviously, since he walked out and left the US title in the ring, I don't know what was all that about. I don't know. I think Dean Ambrose is injured. I heard Seth Rollins is tag champs with Jason Jordan, which I think is stupid. That makes no sense storyline wise. But I could name a million predictions, but guys, what's the fucking point? Because only one guy's gonna win this match. This is my prediction on who I think is going to win the Royal Rumble. Because they've been planning this for months, ever since he fucking beat and retired The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. Roman Reigns, Mr. Cook that fist, man! I'm gonna wank off my arm and make it rain! Fucking hell. We all know it's gonna happen. Roman Reigns, he's probably gonna come out at number fucking 30, eliminate everyone at once. He's gonna beat Brock Lesnar, kick out of 100 zillion F5s, one spear, 1, 2, 3, and yay, new Universal Champion. He's gonna main event 4 WrestleManias in a row. I'm actually done getting mad about Roman Reigns at this point. It's laughable. It's beyond a joke. It's absolutely beyond a joke. I'm done getting mad. I mean, you saw me lose my shit when he beat The Undertaker and retired him. Like, that was when I just lost it. That was like the final straw for me. So, it's just a joke at this point. So, that's my prediction. And to be honest, even if John Cena wins this Royal Rumble, man, I take John Cena over Roman Reigns. Even though I won't like it, it's better than Roman. Anyone but Roman. I'm glad Bray Wyatt made that saying. Anyone but Roman. Hashtag anyone but Roman. Make it known. So, that's all I got to say for the women's and the men's Royal Rumble. Everything else on the card, don't really give two shits about it. It is what it is. But those are my picks. Who are your picks? Tell me in the comments below. I know I went off on a tangent, but it's my first video back, my first video for 2018. There's going to be a load more to come, so stay tuned for this. So other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my second channel, Boxing with Penrose. It'll be down in the description. And all I can say is, peace out, my brothers.